Facebook, what's happening, man? I hope you all are doing okay today. I want to do another video on commitment because I'm getting a lot of messages about women in particular who are very frustrated, who are very upset with their men being unable to commit. Now, why is it that that word strikes so much fear in the hearts of a lot of people that are on the verge of starting a serious relationship? And I honestly believe it's because we fear commitment. We fear commitment because we're not honest with ourselves. And what do I mean by that? People who are honest with themselves, they generally tend to be more upfront with themselves. They don't hide the fact that they may be lazy. They don't hide the fact that they may have an indifferent personality, or they don't hide the fact that they have some things that they have to work on. But people who can't commit, they usually are deniers. They usually deny that they have a problem. They usually deny that the way they behave is creating the problem. Rather, it's you who can't handle the way I behave. And so we find that there's a whole gambit of problems that come out of this commitment thing, especially when we're talking about dishonest people. So you may be asking, why is it so hard to commit? Well, I think it's very hard for men to commit because they fear not being able to live up to some standard. You know, they feel as though once I commit to this person now, do I have what it takes to make this person happy? Yes, I like them. Yes, I'm attracted to them. Yes, I may even love them. But do I have the skills necessary to make her happy? You know, do I have the money to make her happy? Do I have the connections? Do I have the job stability, the security? All of these things come into play as a man, and sometimes it becomes so overwhelming. We just pull out the single card and we stay single forever. And it's not a good thing because once you become accustomed to a single lifestyle, it can be very hard to commit because commitment takes a conscious effort, okay? It's not just something you walk into. When you commit, you have to understand that regardless of how you feel a lot of the times, it's the commitment that keeps you in the relationship. Not everybody's relationship is happy 24/7. Not the celebrities, not the local relationships that people look up to, not the Facebook relationships. No. Relationships a lot of time is all about maintaining a certain level of happiness. And to do that, you have to understand that I have to compromise on some things sometimes, as well as you. Okay? Another very big obstacle to commitment, believe it or not, is the fear of getting hurt. Now, this one is experienced by both sexes, but it seems as though the women express this more so than the men. Now, just because they're expressing it more doesn't mean that there are more women out there that are more fearful than men, but it just means they're more vocal. And it's a very real concern. There are a lot of women in this country that have been hurt, that have been taken advantage of, that have been lied to, that have been fed the quote-unquote dream, and they're scarred. They're hurting. These women want companionship, but they don't want to compromise on their standards. They want a real man, but they fear the process of dating. They fear the process of having to put themselves out there to now risk their heart, their feelings, everything that they are. And it's a very serious concern. And, you know, we have to come to a point in our lives when we can't fear love. Because if we only give 50% of ourselves to a relationship, we will never truly experience love. We will never truly experience that deep connection that so many of us desire. And I think there are a lot of people in relationships that are only giving about 50% of themselves. So how is it that they can expect so much more? You know, it just doesn't work. And lastly, one of the biggest things I think prevents a lot of people from successfully remaining in a commitment is that they want to know everything. Especially us Bahamians, we love to be in the know. The unfortunate part about commitment in a serious relationship is that you will never ever know everything before you become committed. And that is just a big pill that a lot of us have to swallow. We do our best in this country to try to find out the history about a person we're dating. We call up our friends, we call up our boys, we call up our girlfriends, our relatives. Do you know this person? You ever dated this person? Ain't your friend used to date this person who I'm trying to talk to now? Tell me a little something about them. And we spend our energy, our waking days trying to find out, is this someone I really want to be with? And then we all come to a place where we find a little something on them and we get scared. We get scared that this little something may be something I encounter in my relationship if I decide to become committed to them. And it makes us scared. So guys, you have to understand, okay? You will never know 100% of everything you need to know before a relationship. But that is why commitment is such an important thing. Because commitment is something that should remain steadfast regardless of our emotional response to something. There are going to be days when you don't want to see your girlfriend or your boyfriend. There are going to be days when you don't want to talk to your husband or your wife. But you do so anyway because of the commitment. You don't do it because you feel good. If we had to wait until we felt like doing stuff in relationships, no one would be in a good relationship, okay? And I think that's where that single mentality comes in that I spoke about in another video. We can't wait until we feel good. Sometimes it just takes a conscious effort. Sometimes it just takes courage and being bold, okay? So guys, those are just some of the 3 things that I think are very big issues when it comes to commitment. I believe if we talked about them more, a lot more people would be able to focus on those things and begin fixing the problems where they need to be fixed, okay? So guys, as always, if you've liked this video, give it a like and give it a share so that someone else can get this message too, alright? Y'all take care.